Hello there, right here. And today, guys, we got some new updates. First up, we'll be looking at the new boat chest for 1.19. Then I'll be showing you guys some cool tricks you can do with these new items. So make sure you hit that like button as well as subscribe, and let's get right into it. First up, we'll look at the Bedrock Edition beta for 1.19 Wild Update, which brings us the new boat chest. Let's go check those out. So here's all the current boat types. The Netherwood don't have boats, and they also don't have the mangroves and bedrock yet, so you don't see those. Now, as you imagine, these are crafted just by putting a chest and boat together in the crafting grid. So if we go ahead and place one into the water, they kind of sit just like a normal boat. They got a chest here. If we right click on the chest, but instead it's making us ride the boat, can't really turn around. Let's see if we open up our inventory. Yes, okay, so it's kind of like a horse where you first ride it and then you get access to the inventory. It has as many slots as one chest does, which is amazing. Now, if it's like a horse, we should be able to shift and then click on the boat and access the chest. It looks like that is possible, but only if you aim in the right location. Let's go ahead and hop in this thing and just see how this is. It looks so cool. Just be able to carry your stuff with you. This is going to be awesome for long ocean journeys, as you could just take some wood, and when you craft yourself a boat, you can also craft a chest and throw it in there. Especially early game where you collect a lot of materials, but you're not necessarily close to your base to actually drop them off. But when you come to land, you will have to make a decision how you're going to handle the extra items that are inside. Are you going to just get rid of them? Are you going to try to find like a horse to transport them? Or are you going to just continue the boat transport as far as you can? Now, since we don't got the bundle yet in the game, this might be a great alternative until that gets added for early game collection. Now let's go ahead and try to break this, see what it drops. Yep, it drops the boat and the chest separately, similar to like chest minecarts. Now, I really wish it was possible to also have an option to make them drop as this item as one piece. That way you don't have to recraft them in order to get this. Same thing applies to minecarts with like hoppers or chests in them. It's really annoying to have to constantly recraft them every time you want to store them and then bring them back out. So maybe if you break them using a special item like cactus, they stay as a full form, or maybe if you use like a silk touch item. What do you guys think about this idea? Now in Java, you can get minecarts to pick up boats, in which case you would have a minecart that could hold not only a chest, but also hold an entity beside it, which is way more than what just a single hopper can do with a hopper chest in it. Now, if there's anything specific you want me to test with this new cool thing in the game, let me know in the comments, because I will be doing that just after this video goes live on my Twitch stream, which you can find down below. They also came out with a new change for lay, so they could tell the difference between blocks that they thought were similar. So I gave it an oak plank, and now let's drop it a spruce plank. It will no longer try to pick that up and give it to me. But the lay can still not tell the difference between enchanted books. This change should fix some of the problems with similar blocks like red sandstone and sand, but it's not going to fix the more detailed stuff, like the difference between unenchanted swords and enchanted swords. I really hope they still give us options so we can kind of get best of both worlds. They also changed the delay between the allay dropping the item and then attempting to pick up the same item again. So now it will wait a little bit before trying to pick it up. That way it gives it time for the player to pick it up, or like your hoppers too. They also made so lays will stay closer to note blocks which were played for it. They shouldn't have those lays chasing after you when you leave the area. Plus, if you are the owner of the lay, you will no longer be able to actually hurt these guys, which resolves one of the main problems with having these guys, is that they're always going to be in your way whenever you're building, or you're trying to kill something, or you're trying to break something, and you just end up accidentally hurting them. But it doesn't resolve the problem that they can still die very easily from natural causes like drowning or lava, or even bumping into cactus. These changes do make my lay sorters for the open allays better, but it doesn't really change my closed one, where their allays sit here and they are right beside this water stream. Once their item that they're holding comes by the water stream, they automatically pick it up, and then they once again drop it because they're right beside their favorite note block, and it's picked up by the hopper and placed into the chest here. Now we'll take a look at some other news to do with 1.19. Then I will be giving you guys some more useful tricks for new items, including copper horns, the skulk stuff, mangroves, mud, and even frogs. Now, one of the developers of Minecraft, Henrik, notes that the goat horn, as well as the copper goat horn and its features, which were released in the latest Bedrock beta, is just experimental, and it might not actually make it in as part of 1.19. But they are looking for feedback on what do you guys think about it. Personally, I don't really know much about music, so I find it a bit odd that there is so many different weird noises that these can make. But besides that, there's not a lot of other features that they have. Typically, when new items are added into the game, they have multiple uses, spanning even across different types of Minecraft communities, such as it might have a redstone use, but it might also have like a map maker use or a builder's use. I had a few comments mentioning that the horns could maybe be blown and the different noises could produce different signals to the skulk sensor. So you could use like a special horn to open up your secret base door. But what do you guys think about this? Do you have any cool ideas? They also made another announcement with the Copper Horn saying that they don't have any plans for any additional changes for it. So I really hope they reconsider and try to add more life for it. Now, some of you guys suggested that dispensers should be able to automatically play horns. That would be pretty cool, especially since like note blocks can be played using redstone. But currently you can see that it doesn't work, it just drops them off. So using a horn near a sculk block, the sensors don't actually detect anything. Now in the previous Java snapshot, you were able to silk touch all the different types of sculk blocks using a silk touch hoe. But for some reason now the Shrieker doesn't drop anything. These guys are able to slurp in magma cubes that are nearby even when they're inside of a boat, which is great for containing them while also using their frog-like properties. So if we go ahead and kill a frog, we will get no item, but we will get 1 XP. Frogs have a special tag that lets them be able to do a long jump every so often, then there is a cooldown. Just like goats are immune to damage up to a certain height, so are frogs. Frogs do count to the passive creature mob cap, which you can see on the left hand side. As they add more, the number goes up. Watch all these frogs come bouncing out of this hole. Pretty amazing how high they could jump. And the max distance which frogs can jump to is 12 blocks away. An easy way to trap the frogs is just by having them fall onto some slime where they're not able to jump back out. You also can attach frogs to leads and carry them around while you're flying with Elytra. Poor froggy. Semi Boy looked at the Minecraft code and seen that there is a special tag for Lilypad as well as Drip Leaf. And that is frog prefer to jump to, which means the frogs will try to jump to this rather than other stuff. There the frogs go right onto it. Very cool. The frog spawn is 1.5 pixels tall, but it doesn't collide with the players who can't stand on it like carpet. You can place the spawn onto waterlogged blocks, even if the water doesn't show up. It also can't be waterlogged, it just breaks off. If you try to push it with a piston, it also breaks. But if you put a solid block underneath, it'll break it. And when you put the frog spawn on your head, it looks like you have a whole bunch of eyeballs sitting above it. Oh, that was bad. Looked like the tadpoles when they hatch actually got stuck inside of blocks, which is probably a bug. And Semi checked the code for the amount of tadpoles which are produced by the spawn eggs is between 2 and 5, which is quite a bit less than the Bedrock edition. Axolotls will go after tadpoles and kill them. Tadpoles in the Java edition aren't actually pushed along with the water current, unlike Bedrock edition. So you can go ahead and give a frog the dinner bone tag, which makes it look really funny when he's swimming underneath of the water. This can also be done to the tadpoles, which makes them almost look exactly the same as if they are right side up. So let's see if we name tag this guy dinner bone, will he continue to be upside down? So just as you can breed frogs with slime balls, you can also increase the growth speed using them. We can go ahead and turn this tadpole right into an adult frog. There you go. And it looks like he did keep his dinner bone name as well as upside downness. So if we name tag a tadpole in a bucket to dinner bone, and then we go ahead and release this guy, we can see that he is upside down. As well, he is named without using a name tag. Currently, tadpoles in a bucket don't work with dispensers, but they should eventually. Despite the roadblock not suffocating mobs when they're inside of it, it's actually treated as like a solid block where you could put power into it and it will go upwards or to the side, which is really crazy. So essentially like glass, but it can let redstone go through it. And redstone can also go downhill with it, unlike glass. So as it is a water source, let's go ahead and use water balls on it. And you can actually grab water from it, even though it's completely contained. And if you stick the new mangrove root onto your head using a command, it makes it look like a little box that's around the player's head. So you can make a 1x1 fish tank. This is done by getting a mangrove root, waterlogging it, and then putting another mangrove root underneath. It can also be any type of waterlogged block that doesn't allow fish to actually be placed into it. But then what happens is as soon as you waterlog this, the water will be placed there, but the game won't want the fish to go inside of it, so it'll automatically place it above it. So let's go ahead and do that. So the fish ends up in the tank above it. You go ahead and remove that water. And then you have the fish nicely contained inside. And since there is no collision from the inside, the fish can get pushed outside, so beware of that. So we are inside of a waterlogged root. So we got Riptide here, and let's see if we can launch ourselves. And yes, it's used just like a normal water source. Now the contained water inside the roots can also be applied to my flying railway maker. This thing will automatically produce cobblestone paths, which also will automatically have the rails placed on top as well as powered. And this is all done while the player is AFK. There's a minecart right here, and Doom made me a resource pack that makes it invisible because you have to aim at this trapdoor. There's a rail duper right here, which gives us infinite rails, and the player carries a lava source with water there, gives us infinite cobble generating. So I can go ahead and go AFK just by holding down right click, and then just like this, the machine will automatically do all the work, and you don't have to do anything and get these amazing rails. You can learn all about my fly machine here in this video over here. The only problem is with this new change, it really just makes it about 2 blocks smaller. It doesn't change it too much. And overall, now that we have basalt, I actually have a fly machine just like this, but it uses basalt generating rather than cobble, and it is actually smaller. So I recommend using that when making paths or making railways, which I cover in this video. Now, like other waterlogged blocks, the waterlogged roots are resistant to most explosions, except for the Wither's blue skulls, which can destroy anything, including water. There is currently no way that you can actually dry out the mud block currently, but eventually you're supposed to be able to use this method here with mud, dripstone point, and then it should turn that into clay. Now you can convert the mud back into dirt if you grow a propagule on top of it, and when this grows into a tree, it actually converts it into a dirt block. But other sapling types cannot be planted on this. Now, just like soul sand, the mud block actually has a slight hole, even though you visually can't see it, which actually allows projectiles to go through it. Now head over to my Twitch live stream with a link down below, where I will be looking for new uses with all these new changes. Or check out this playlist all about complex machines and farms for Minecraft. Or this one about rare mobs you can get in your very own survival world. I appreciate all the guys' support. Thank you everyone who hit the like button as we reach some big milestones, and I will see you guys all in the next one. Bye bye!